Hi, welcome to Hey Parents, Let's Chat. I am Jess Hunt, and today I wanted to talk about a subject that I just feel super passionate about. It just is one of these subjects that just, oh, kind of bugs me. And that is the term first time mom. And so this video is and I'm hoping this conversation is going to benefit those of you that are first time moms, but also those of you that use that term referring to other people who are first time moms. So let me just say, first of all, if you are in the category of a first time mom, congratulations. Sincerely, it is the most wondrous, crazy, overwhelming job you will ever encounter. Because it's the first time that you are doing something. It's the very first time you're doing something that is momentous and huge and life altering. And regardless of what the experts will tell you out there, there's no book to tell you how to do what you're doing. And for those of you that believe that as soon as you give birth to this little bundle of joy, all of the mothering and parenting just happens to appear in your brain and in your heart, and all of the knowledge of what to do and what not to do just becomes a part of who you are, that's not the way it works. As a matter of fact, most of us who are driving on the way home from the hospital after giving birth to the little bundle of joy are often overwhelmed, shell-shocked. Moms, we're hormonal. We don't even sometimes feel comfortable in our own skin because of what we've just experienced giving birth and trying to do the whole breastfeeding thing or bottle feeding or, just dealing with recovery, whether you've had a C-section or natural birth, and trying to figure out how to change diapers and how to deal with just having this new little human being in your home. And then you have the overwhelming feeling of what you're experiencing. All of it. It is just a crazy experience. And you are a first-time mom. And you should, God damn it, you should embrace it. Because that is what you are. And you should have, no feeling of that you are less than anything than what you are. You are an amazing woman that has just given birth to this amazing little human being. And there is nothing more important than who you are and what you are to that little child at this very moment. So, going with that title, there is a lot that we don't know. And that is why, I feel like this term is incredibly condescending. Incredibly condescending. And that's why I say to women, embrace it, because that is what you are. And don't be apologetic for it. You are who you are. And there are going to be things that you don't know. There's going to be lots of things that you don't know. There's going to be lots of things that you think you knew, but come to find out, you really didn't. And that's okay. And I think that when we are first-time moms, we need to be really open-minded towards learning from others. I think that what happens is a lot of moms assume that right off the bat, they're going to know what to do. They're going to be perfect. They're not going to make mistakes. And it's just that they think that they know everything. And I think that when we are first-time moms, we need to take a step back and really understand that while it's natural to want to try things on your own, it's natural to want to think that you know what you're doing. It's natural to, want to be confident. And for some women, you probably are super confident. For some women, you probably already do feel supernatural. But for a lot of women, it's a new experience. And it's not supernatural and not super comfortable. Um, and so I think that when we are first time moms, or when you are first time moms, I mean, I remember going through this. You you have to be a little bit humble, and you have to really be open minded and good listeners to all of the amazing moms out there that are going to surround you with their support and their advice and their experiences. Because they're not trying to tell you what to do. What they're trying to do is support you and make you feel like you're not in this alone. You're in this together. You're part of this new club of, motherhood and parenting. And they're trying to save you a lot of the frustration that you might be encountering because you're not sure of what you're doing or how to do it. Even though you might be portraying that you do. And perhaps you do. And you should be trying different things, you should be trying to become comfortable with that role of motherhood and what that means to you. And I say that for a reason, because your idea of what motherhood is going to be like, because we all, while we're pregnant, we think, I'm going to be this kind of mom, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be perfect. And you think that because those are your good intentions, but frankly, that's like just not the way it happens. I'm just going to put this out there. That's not the way it happens. You're not going to be perfect. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up, and that's normal. So embrace it. But be willing and open-minded as you listen to others who are sharing what they've gone through. Now, I've spoken to like the first time moms out there, right? And I literally mean this very seriously. Like, you've got to embrace that and accept it, not as a bad thing. Because here's what happens. I feel like there are a lot of women out there, and I wish I could say like first time dads or first time parents, but unfortunately in our culture, and this drives me insane with us as a gender, we women, I don't feel like we're often very nice to each other, and it really kind of pisses me off. And I don't hear the term first time dad because I frankly think dads just go do their thing, and they don't really care what anyone else thinks. They just go and they do their job because they're just being themselves, right? And they don't get caught up in this stuff. And maybe I'm wrong. Dads, chime in. I'd love to hear your part of the conversation here. I would love to hear from the dad's perspective, because I'm not a dad, but I am a mom. And I have heard the way we women treat each other, and this drives me insane. You might have a woman who is a first-time mom, and then they talk about blah, 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 and they're telling their stories, blah, 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 and then they turn around and walk away. And then the two women who are listening roll their eyes and say, oh, she's just a first-time mom. Oh my God. Seriously? That is not nice. That is one of the most condescending things you can say to someone who is going through this incredibly, momentous experience of motherhood for the first time. And then to turn and say to someone, oh, they're just a first-time mom. And so I feel like we women who have already been there, done that, need to seriously hold our tongues and never use that phrase in such a condescending way. Frankly, we should be saying something like, oh my gosh, she is a first-time mom and doing an amazing job. I can't believe how well she's holding it together. I can't believe how positive she is. I can't believe all of the things that she's trying and doing. That's positive. That is supportive. I'll just tell you a story. And so when I was a first-time mom, and I brought my little bundle home, and, you're in the car and you're wondering, did I buckle them in correctly? Did I do this correctly? What's going to happen when I get home? How are we going to get this done? Are we going to do it right? Are we going to screw up? Is something awful going to happen? I remember that being like a huge stress. Is something awful? Am I going to do something so catastrophically awful that this poor little baby is going to be either traumatized for life, or, God forbid, I'm going to knock on wood, that something awful would happen? They become sick because something I did was wrong, or God forbid they die. We have SIDS. I mean, the stress and the burden that we put on ourselves as moms, right? And dads, I know you carry this stress too. But anyway, so we come home, we're doing our thing, and we're thinking we're doing all a good job, and then we have to go to that first pediatrician's appointment. Okay, we can do this, we can handle it. And I remember being told that we have to track the pees and poops. Okay, so we took our job very seriously, and we literally counted how many pees and how many poops and what times they happened. My husband, who he's incredibly organized, he's analyzes things, and so he created a spreadsheet, right? We're first-time parents, like we were told. We need to track how many times the baby pees and poops. We took it very seriously because we were taking our jobs very seriously. So we went to this pediatrician's appointment, and when they asked us, okay, can you tell us how many times they're peeing and they're pooping? Well, my husband pulls out the spreadsheet, and we share it because that's what we were told to do. And I remember the response from the pediatrician and the med tech who was there as well. They were kind of like looking at us like, okay, thanks. And then they ask more questions and they do their thing and they go out, and you can hear their muffled conversation outside the door. And I know that they were like making fun of us, right? Because we were just like those first time parents. And I know I heard the phrase first time mom. And I was like, I am. I thought we were doing the right thing. And then, so we go back home and we're telling our story, and like we're being made fun of, which in a joking way. Like when we're talking about this with our friends and family, they were like, you did what? Like they just wanted to know, is your baby functioning? Okay, then why didn't someone just tell me that? Like, okay, you just want to know if my baby is functioning. All you have to do is inform people of what the intent of the instruction was. Inform them of the why that expectation is put out there. I was just told to track their pees and poops. We took that very seriously. If you had just told me, hey, when you go home and you're going to go to your pediatrician's appointment, I just need you to pay attention to, are they peeing and pooping? How many times? Like, is your baby functioning like every other human being in the world? If someone had just told me that, then I would have been way more chill about it. And I don't think my husband would have created a spreadsheet. And so this is just an example of, like, I was just thinking I was doing the right thing. I was just doing my job. Yet I'm now put in the category of, oh, she's just a first-time mom. And what a silly thing for her to do. Well, if someone had just been real with me, then I probably would have reacted in a, I'm just going to be real way. And I would have just said, oh yeah, they're doing fine. They're peeing and they're pooping, you know? Done. Easy. And so I feel like we need to be more supportive rather than judgmental of each other. And I'm going to put this on women because I feel like we do it more than guys. And I'm definitely going to put this on the medical world because you guys think that we know it all. You guys think that, it's just common sense. You know what? It's not. Especially when you're dealing with parents who are overwhelmed, hormonal, they're just emotional wrecks because of, this new experience. Can we just be more supportive? And I think we need to start that now. Like, I just feel like we need to change our perspective on that phrase, first-time mom. If you are a first-time mom, embrace it, accept it. You are amazing, and you are doing a wonderful job. And if you're one of those women that use that phrase in a condescending way, well, then shame on you, and change your behavior, because it's not helpful. It's just not helpful. And you know what? Frankly, you were there. You all were. We all were. All of us women who have had children have already gone through that. We've already done it. We've been there. We've been the first time moms where other people might have been snickering behind our backs. Why do we want to turn into that? Criticizing and condescending and judging other women. I really want women to be more supportive of each other, less judgmental. And I'm hoping that in our community of parents here with Hey Parents, Let's Chat, during our conversations and during our chats, I want us to be honest. I want us to keep it real, but let's do it in a very respectful way. It's okay to disagree, but let's do it in a supportive way where we might be like, hey, I did it differently. I did it this way and it worked for my kids. I tried that, didn't work. Let's just be respectful. Let's be supportive. And let's start with changing the way we look at the phrase first time mom. So I actually want to know your thoughts. Let's start the conversation. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Have you been in that position where you were the first time mom? And how did it feel? Have you been in the position where, what were some of your experiences where you might have used that phrase talking about somebody else? And looking back, can we learn from it? Did you learn from it? Are you learning from this video? If you find value in these videos, I do hope that you will hit like, share with others, invite others to join our conversation, hit the subscribe button, and the more we have joined our conversations, the more perspectives we can learn from. And hopefully we will all just become better parents together. So again, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you have enjoyed our videos. And until our next time, let's chat.